Okay, so I know usually Sundays are my meal plan extravaganza days where I put out everything that we're having for the week, but this week looks a little bit different, but it's still important to have a plan. Like I always say, not having a plan is planning to fail, and I am working extra hard the month of February to stay on the Optavia 5&1 program before some big stuff coming up. So I wanted to make sure I was super prepared for this week. Ainsley and I are going to be at the hospital in Fort Worth this week for an admission and a possible surgical procedure. So we are going to be doing hospital life, which in the past for me has always been a trigger to eat all the bad things. So I was trying to make sure I was extra prepared this week to not let that happen and to go weigh in next Monday looking better than I do now. So I want to show you a little bit. I posted a picture. The dining out guide is going to be my friend because while we're in the hospital, I'm going to have to dine out. So I posted a link to the dining out guide. If you have not used the Optavia 5&1 dining out guide before, you definitely should. Lots of great options on there. Here's some other tried and true things that I know work really well for me. Now, this might be going a little bit overboard, but I know how I normally feel when I'm in the hospital, and that emotional eating is a challenge for me when Ainsley is there. So I'm purposely combating that with some of these tricks I'm about to show you. So here we go. Of course, I have enough fuelings to get through the week. So I have all different ones here, primarily brownies, cookies, bars. Can you tell I have a sweet tooth? I got some chicken noodle soup for some lunches. Sorry, I'm like kind of out of the picture. But I'm gonna show you some of the other things that are must brings for me. You guys know that I have my coffee every day. Thankfully, there's a Starbucks in the hospital. So I've got some almond milk. I just usually put that in a cooler and I change the ice out every day. I also brought my cold brew coffee because on the weekends, Starbucks is closed. So in case we're there through the weekend, which is a possibility, I have this. I also like to use this with the chocolate chip cookie in a blender for like a Frappuccino. So I could do that. And then my latest discovery, 3 tablespoons of this in the brownie instead of water. Brings out the chocolate flavor. It's delicious. As if the brownie could get any better, right? Light string cheese is a great healthy snack. It's also a good way for me to get some extra protein in, especially if I order like a restaurant salad, which I know doesn't have like 6 ounces of chicken. This is a good alternative. I love to eat these cooked in the mini dash waffle maker, which I am definitely bringing as well. I have a heart-shaped one, so that's fun. Behind the cheese, I have my personal size blender. Once again, sometimes you're limited to finding like a microwave or whatever at the hospital, so I wanted to bring things that I could just plug into my room, so that was the blender and the waffle maker. And then to make my soup, I could always just get a cup of hot water from the coffee pot and just let it sit for extra long, and that still works too. So I brought a nice deep bowl for that. To measure everything, I just got one of these little plastic measuring cups that does teaspoons, cups, all the things. Sugar-free Jell-O is another great healthy snack. I made sure to bring my Pam spray for the waffle maker. And then I wanted to classify these drinks I have over here. Generally, well, I for sure drink 96 ounces of water a day. Like I've been doing really well on that. So I have a whole case of water. In my car, I also have a hydro jug. And water, you need that. It's the primary thing. Now, I will say that in situations when I know are going to be especially hard for me to like stay mentally focused and on program, sometimes I will allow myself to have a non-sugar drink once I've reached all my water for the day, or I'll reach for that instead of like a Snickers bar if I'm struggling. So I got a couple of Diet Dr. Peppers. These are some of my favorite things. I love doing them over the good hospital ice. I know it's sad that I know that, but the sparkling ice. And then there's also a Chick-fil-A in the hospital, and they do their unsweet tea. I like to put like 1/3 of a package of this sugar-free lemonade in it. So I brought all those things so that I was prepared. But like I said, 96 ounces of water for me. And then this is kind of like as needed if it's, you know, the lesser of two evils. So that is my plan for this week. I hope that's helpful for you guys. Obviously, if I like am traveling on an airplane and flying somewhere, I probably wouldn't bring all of this. But since I know it's going to be an especially challenging week for me, and since we drove here and I was able to bring it, I did. So hopefully that gives you guys some great ideas for the next time you have to be on plan, or you get the opportunity to be on plan outside of your home. Have a great week. I'll be posting my restaurant meals each day. You can be assured of that.